JF Stretford Paddock. This is the Paddock Podcast, and we're live and we're in Thailand. This isn't a hotel in Blackpool. It's actually in Bangkok.
We're embarking.
We're embarking.
We're embarking on a journey.
Embarking on a journey.
That's what we're doing.
Yes, I've got Joe Swift with me. I've got Adam McCullough. We're in Thailand. We've been at the open training game today, haven't you? Well, when I say we, I mean the channel.
Are you speaking French?
You've been on it, haven't you? You got there in the end, kid.
Me and Callum.
Yeah.
We were late.
Listen,
I had a big question lined up for the press conference.
But,
I was going to blow Ten Hag's mind with my football theory. And then, as a result of...
traffic, laziness.
They weren't laziness. It was...
mixture of traffic and laziness.
Yeah, a mixture.
Apathy towards it all.
Yeah.
General dismay.
Lack of
I had
enthusiasm.
fun when I was there, though.
That's amazing.
And that's all that counts.
Got to see
all it
Zidane, which was good.
Yeah, the real Zidane.
Yeah.
Iqbal.
Not that bald fraud.
No.
Yeah, bold fraud.
So what are we talking about today, Jay?
Yeah, so we're going to
Do
be
you get
talking...
offended when we say bold as like a bad thing?
I think it's a compliment. I think when someone says, you're bald, I'm like, yeah, thank you.
I like that.
No, not having it. Okay, whatever. But it is baldism is a thing. Get in touch if you're suffering from it. We're going to be talking about, obviously, yes. We're going to be talking about today's training game and the press conference as well. Getting into that because Erik Ten Hag made some bold decisions about the captaincy, about Ronaldo, about other things as well. So we're getting into that.
I'm also hearing. I'll do it like Jim White. Pretend that I got the information.
Don't make a habit of talking like Jim White.
I'm sitting there thinking. Richard Arnold and Murtough are in Barcelona, mate.
They're in Barcelona.
They're in Barca.
We thought they'd be here with us.
Yeah.
I wanted
Yeah.
them on this podcast.
Yeah, we were going to ask him, but
From Bangkok to Barcelona.
writes itself. But
Did
no,
they come here and then go there?
I hope so.
Do you remember that tweet Ed Woodward has left?
he's left
tour
Australia
on
to go and
urgent business or something like that.
That was 9 years ago.
And
I'm
we
still
still don't
waiting.
know what he did.
What did he do?
If we ever had the pleasure of, if I say pleasure, displeasure of, no,
Experience.
experience of meeting him,
That's nicely done.
questioning him.
Yeah.
To be honest, he knocked us back. We met him
Tell the stories.
3 times, yeah.
Yeah.
And every time I'd go up to him, I wouldn't be like with the mic in his face. I'd go up to him and say, when we're doing an interview, I wanted a proper chance to grill him. And he'd always say, yeah, give an email address, but never had the balls to do it.
He didn't have it in him. He didn't have the stones. He knew that.
And compare that to Arnold, who went and met some fellas that were
Yeah.
outside his house.
Respect. A little bit of respect for that. Yeah. So on this deal then, these two in Barcelona, obviously
These two.
the fact that they're both there
Yeah.
suggests that things are getting pretty serious because I was under the impression that Richard Arnold wasn't going to be doing like footballing stuff. So what is he doing
It
there?
could be a situation where this deal's been dragging on.
Yeah.
We agreed the fee and all that kind of stuff a while ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
£65 million plus 20 million.
Yeah.
Still, there's reports about the fee being an issue. I don't believe that's a problem. The issue here is them giving him 17 million or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're both playing silly beggars at the moment. Barca are going publicly, we don't want to sell him, so that he probably thinks, right, they're not forcing me to be sold, therefore, can we structure something, probably as well to make Man United pay that 17 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's going, well, I don't want to leave because partly earlier on probably didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Now he probably feels unwanted, but he's saying, I don't want to leave because you motherfuckers ain't paid me. So now we've got this standoff between them while we sit there with our cocks in our hands. And I imagine Murtough or Arnold, or whoever's been doing the negotiating, have got fed up of phone calls, emails, faxes, which they seem to still use these
Love
days.
facts.
Yeah.
All those kind of things. And he's probably gone, listen, come meet you. Let's sit down and sort this out once and for all.
Yeah.
It is dragging on
And
a
also, maybe Richard Arnold is a bit more of the sort of businessy money side. Maybe he knows a bit more about the position Barcelona are in financially in terms of the
also
club
like,
as well.
You know when you speak to someone over text
Yeah.
and then you meet them and you're like, oh, they didn't seem like that on the text.
Yeah.
They were quite nice or they were quite cunty or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's like he probably can't gauge like
Well,
until you sit down with someone.
Who's the
You don't
geezer
know if
from
they're serious or not.
Chelsea went over there, didn't he? Was it Bowley, the new owner? He's been over there negotiating, whatever, because they're buying Christensen and someone else.
They want Azpilicueta as well.
Thank you. That's it. So he's been doing face-to-face negotiations. So it's obviously, a thing where it expedites or whatever. So maybe Murtough and Arnold are like, we need to stop.
How far is it as well? It's an hour away.
That's what I mean. It's not that difficult, is it, to get over there and sort this out? And like you say, it's dragging on. And for me, the De Jong transfer means so much more than just a good midfielder.
Yeah.
It's like, that's obviously Ten Hag's priority. That's the one he wanted straight away. I want De Jong in my midfield. It's obviously this thing where you've given all this fanfare about a new era at Manchester United, not just with the manager, but with the chief executive, with the director of football. We're going to do things differently. We're going to get transfers done smoothly. We've got footballing people making football decisions, not like the era of old where we had all this nonsense going on. So if you don't get De Jong done, if your first marquee signing doesn't happen, the one player the manager wanted, the one player who you were sat in a pub telling people you're going to try and get sorted, you're going to look like an idiot. And also people are going to think, sorry to insult you, people are going to think nothing's changed.
Don't apologise.
Good point.
If he's sat out in that pub as well, I know obviously it's a marker of that he's a different person to Woodward and all that. I think he doesn't sit there if he don't think we're getting De Jong, or if he doesn't think that, not necessarily De Jong specifically, but that we're going to have an unsuccessful summer. Do you think he'll be sat with the fans next summer if we don't sign anyone? He's doing it now because he's confident, I think.
It's like when someone's... he wants to be different, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He wants to give the impression that I am new and I'm better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how because Woodward never did that.
No. But I think he's either got one summer or until he messes up to do that.
Yeah.
Anything
Listen,
after that.
Important question.
Go
on.
Is this the first time everyone on the show has had their legs out?
It might be, the first ever full shorts episode.
Yeah, I think it is. I can't remember last time we did that. I don't think we've all done it.
Full short devils
could work.
Nice.
You've got comments and all that, and chat, super chats and everything. Do you want to go through
Drew
more?
Fourier says,
get involved in the chat. Obviously, this is live from Thailand. We want to hear from you people.
Drew Fourier says, doesn't this look cozy? It is cozy. We're in a hotel room in Bangkok. We wanted to do it live.
We're going to do it from bed.
The problem, we're gonna do it out.
Were we? I didn't get that memo.
Out in nature.
You went up for it, so we were like,
yeah. But we thought we'd rather have to do it not live if we were out. So we thought we'd rather do it inside the hotel.
Yeah. We are going to be doing some live stuff on the roads.
Yeah, 100%.
With like a nice backdrop and stuff like that.
But Wi-Fi is, pretty tricky when you're...
But listen, we're all over this tour. We're here in Bangkok. We're in Australia for the next leg of the tour. We're in Norway. We're back at Old Trafford. We'll be all over it, and you need to be too to get involved.
TB, because that explains my half chub.
Yeah. Mason Walters says, thoughts on Axel Zagadou linked to United on a free. We were linked with him last summer, weren't we? And everything I heard about him was that he was a bit clunky, not really up to United standards. Not actually. He don't start most weeks for Dortmund. And now he's meant to make United a better team than Chelsea. To me, everything I've heard from him hasn't inspired me that it's going to be anything.
You get to the point as well, don't you, with certain transfers, or just because it's getting to the point where we've not had any transfers yet, where some of the links that come back, you're like, do you know what? Just get him.
Yeah.
Just get someone. And I've been there myself, where you just want to see us sign someone. Because you do get that buzz when there's a new signing, it sort of gives everyone a lift and it makes it's exciting. And we've lacked a bit of that because, no disrespect to the kid Tyrone Malacia, but I don't think he was at the top of anyone's list. Good signing, but you want a bit more than just a left back who might not even start.
Yeah, definitely. Samir says, I hope you're all having fun there. Don't get distracted by anything. Focus on football.
You can say that out loud.
Mate, we had a wild one last night.
What?
Annihilator83 says, spot on, Adam, you're 100% right. Drew Fourier says, doesn't this look cozy? And he also says, are you lads doing an OnlyFans stream after this? We are, yeah. Well, we did it before. That's why this couch is a bit sticky.
See, when we receive super chats,
you wouldn't say that, and you'll say that.
I feel a bit
sexist.
I feel a bit like an OnlyFans thing. You get a super chat.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is. I imagine that's how OnlyFans models feel.
What, when they get like a subscriber?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Only mans.
Nice.
Only mans, yeah.
Only clams.
Nice.
Only clams.
Talking about Ten Hag then, you saw him earlier. You were there. You were at training. Tell us what that was like. What the players look like.
Did
you?
Yeah.
Through
I wore
fence.
a Dutch shirt. Yeah, just coincidentally. It wasn't anything to do with Ten Hag. I had it before Ten Hag.
Look at me. I'm Dutch like you.
And then
pathetic.
Darren Fletcher come over.
Go on.
Just saying. Fletcher
I'm
knows
going
who I
to
am.
drop that name now. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Darren Fletcher knows who I am.
In a minute.
It's
Fletchernomics.
Darren Fletcher, football genius. He came over to us. Really nice fella, having a laugh and a joke. Starts relaying into me for wearing a Holland shirt. Oh, trying to get the manager's attention, are we?
You were though.
Actually, Fletch, I am. Well, I've got yours instead, haven't I?
Well, I've done all right there then, haven't I? Because I've got you coming over to me. And maybe I wouldn't have if I'd have worn another shirt. So it worked.
Yeah. Your theory on getting a manager's attention was to not turn up for the press conference, but wear a Holland shirt.
Yeah.
I turned up late by accident, man. I would apologise to you.
Speaking of the press conference, I've got a couple of quotes
So
here.
heartfelt
I
as
had to
well.
apologise to Jay.
Yeah,
'Cause I thought he was
listen.
gonna I felt like I was telling my dad.
It was sad. It was a sad
I wasn't
moment.
angry.
You weren't here with
Baka.
it.
I was just disappointed.
He was literally, and I mean this non-sexually, on his knees all morning.
like-
He was laid. He was next to the bed, laptop on the bed,
Yeah.
on his knees,
And I was
just
getting his
messaging
updates.
everyone.
Like, I was like, right, we've got to make sure we get this presser because it's been a while since we've done a presser. Everything's all sorted.
And what you don't know is we hardly ever get given access.
No. So we got access. Well, I'm quite excited about this. Been working on this for a little while. Yeah. he was like proper chill about it. Then he messaged me in the taxi going, don't think we're going to make this.
it's a bit of.
Wasn't my
At first,
fault.
it was like, this taxi's taking a while. We're still downstairs.
And I'm like, no,
And then it
bro.
was like,
and it's
the,
like, ETA's
But the
like,
taxi was there, but he couldn't get to me because the road was blocked, and the geezer wouldn't let me walk to him because the road was blocked. And I was like, so
15 years I've been doing United pressers, never missed one.
Well, here's what you
That's
missed
what I'm
anyway,
saying.
Adam.
Look
So
at me.
Ten Hag was talking about Ronaldo. He
mate, I
said-
was there. I went.
He said.
He spoke about Ronaldo.
Oh, then what did he say?
He said it's not for sale.
Yeah, what else?
Said Harry Maguire,
No,
He's
more on Ronaldo first.
not for sale. And he had the last time he had a chat with him, he never brought this up. That's what pisses me off about Ronaldo. You know,
What?
why bring this now?
Yeah.
You knew we weren't in the Champions League in February.
Do you think, just to play devil's advocate a little bit, do you think something has changed, like family dynamic, his missus maybe saying like...
I mean, it
don't
could
know.
have, couldn't it? But
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Or do you think there's anything in this Chelsea thing? Because there was talk when the Jorge Mendes met with the Chelsea owner, who's been a proper busy little person, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Meeting everyone. Has that turned his head a little bit?
Maybe. I just think it's. I don't think so. I think it's probably just more straightforward than that.
You're
What's
gonna
that?
you're gonna be buzzing about this. I've just seen there's gonna be a Dick Waffle Cafe in Manchester, in Northern Quarter.
In the Northern Quarter?
They make you're buzzing about that, aren't you? They make waffles in the shape of peni.
I'm surprised it's not happened before.
Yeah.
Seems like a bit of a tap-in, doesn't it?
Cock waffles and that.
Yeah.
Waffles.
Do you know what I mean?
Have they got
Listen,
clam waffles?
What's next? You know,
Just
a
eat
asshole-shaped pancake.
You'd love that. Yeah.
No.
You'd devour that.
So we actually said about
Devour
Ronaldo.
that.
He said Cristiano Ronaldo is not for sale. He's in our plans. He's
what would
not
you
with
eat
us.
with it? Fruit?
This quote: "He's not with us
Grapes?
due to personal reasons. We're planning with Cristiano
Chocolate,
Ronaldo for this
surely.
season. That's it. I'm
Tap
looking
it,
forward
come
to working with him. I spoke to Cristiano Ronaldo before the issue came up. I had a good conversation with him. He hasn't told me he wants to leave. I have read that he wants to leave. We want success together. Do you think it's a bit tight by Ronaldo if he does want to leave, not telling the manager?
Yeah.
It's a bit.
He said that, didn't he? Ten Hag said,
bit cowardly.
I've told one of these 5 rules, whatever he had, when he, that were released last week. One of them was, if you've got something to say to me, don't go through your agent or whatever, you come and speak to me.
Yeah.
So I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo, who's been around the block quite a long time, could quite easily have rang Eric Ten Hag or arranged a meeting or whatever, gone and seen him and said, listen, I want out. And then that gives Eric Ten Hag the tools to deal with it properly as well, because I remember, I know he's going to start laying it at me here, but when Moyes was unveiled, I went to that press conference
You loved him.
on time. And
Wait, you got to the press conference?
yeah,
You went in a taxi outside of it?
No, it's to be fair,
Unorthodox.
Yeah. I love how he's twisted this to me and you
Yeah,
being in the
it's
wrong,
our fault now.
Now he's angry with us.
You're a disgrace. Mate. Don't let me tell them what you did to Jay earlier.
What did I do?
Sitting on the phone for 3 hours while Jay's sat there freezing his bollocks
and
off.
to go get a
Do you know
hoodie.
where Jay was freezing, by the way? He was in the Premier Lounge at a 5-star
It's
hotel.
amazing, man. You can
It must
brag-
have been
you
so
can
hard
brag
for
your
you
way
to
into
have
places
free
with a bit
coffees
of the
and
old spiel.
bollards.
We
Yeah.
haven't changed. We got free access because I got pissed on, basically.
Yeah, but you
Listen
paid
to
for
this.
that and then you wanted your money back.
Listen to this. Yeah, I know. I was lying asleep last night. Yeah. And I thought I was dreaming because I was getting sprayed on.
The good
Or,
dream
you know,
or bad
sometimes
dream.
there's a bit of mist in the aircon and you think, oh, is that aircon?
Mm.
And it kept, I was about to use the wrong word there, kept happening.
Occurring.
kept occurring. And so I opened my eyes like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And he was just leaking through the ceiling on me.
It was loads of water coming down, wasn't
It
it?
was
Pissing
minging
down.
now when you showed me. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And out of all the light holes and that, I've told the woman on the phone, and it was like she thought I was joking. I was like, hold on, I'm getting rained on in here. And she was like, yeah.
Also, it wasn't rain. The water was
No,
brown.
It was,
Sewage.
yeah.
Fecal.
I hope it wasn't shit.
What else could it be?
No, it wasn't.
There's either sewage or there's... It's all sewage.
I'd rather it be sewage.
On the first day of the holiday, I was bathing my children in shit.
So that happened. And then we got access to
So
the
then we
VIP
were like,
lounge.
as an apology, we
But
can go
swings
to
and
the VIP lounge.
roundabouts, I got free coffees out of it, so I'm not
I got shit
complaining.
on my lip.
Yeah.
But,
But
you know, we can
Lovely
pretend
take-off.
we're rich.
So he's talking about Maguire as well.
Well, go on
And the
then.
captaincy, Ten Hag says, excuse me, Harry Maguire is the captain. He's an established captain. He's achieved a lot of success, which is interesting. So I don't have this
success.
issue.
I've seen a lot of people picking up on this success quote. And people going, what are you on about? What
Well,
success has he had?
Runner-up in the 2012 FA Youth Cup.
Well, I think,
So
I don't
Well,
know.
you've
I think
never
he's
done
just
great.
using that word as, he's done well. I presume anyway, because he can't be talking about obviously winning trophies or anything like that because we haven't won any, or Maguire hasn't won any.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he just means he's done well in that role.
Breaking news. Sorry
Go
to
on.
cut you off.
No,
there, Jay.
please do. It's breaking.
Andreas Pereira's move to Fulham has been confirmed.
No, the pre-season Perlo.
That means we broke even
yeah,
because it's pretty much the same price as Malacia.
So that's
it's not a bad deal. That is
Even
it?
if you get Ericsson, you're still on zero.
Net zero.
Glazonomics.
And what people saying? We've got about 120 million to spend before sales. So that's still a Frankie de Jong and 50, 60 million left to play with.
That's needed, isn't it? Minimum, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're proper. I think we're proper dealing with the
He
minimum.
follows us, don't he, Andreas Pereira?
expectation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message him.
You message him while I go through this. While I do this podcast. There's a point that Ten Hag said, another quote from him.
Go on.
Earlier, talking about transfers and talking about what we need.
Yeah.
So he said, Ericsson and Frankie de Jong deals, we want to add the right players. We've got a really good squad. We're working to develop our way of playing. And then he said, Frankie de Jong, I never talk of players under contract. But sorry.
Yeah, so he didn't say Frankie de Jong, did he? Or did he?
Yeah, he did. He said, I never talk about players who are under
Alright.
contract with other clubs. I'm not going to answer that about Frankie. How many signings? And this is the crucial bit for me, because managers never talk about players they're linked with, even if they end up buying them. He says, we are interested. We're still looking for players in the midfield and the offence. Now, obviously, de Jong fits in the midfield. Offence maybe because Ronaldo's leaving, but also we've got one striker at the club. But the interesting part about that for me is United have linked very heavily by a very reliable journalist to Lisandro Martinez, who is, for all intents and purposes, a centre-back and has been for most of his career.
Yeah.
And yet, he's not describing us looking for a defender. Do you think that puts sort of water on the deal entirely?
That's just me WhatsApping, yeah.
Or do you think
It's not really, but it was really funny. I picked up my phone and his phone went off.
Or do you think that means that he's going to play midfield if we do sign him?
I think the latter. I think if we do sign him,
Joe's talking shit.
I think he will play. He might play midfield.
Turn his mic down.
Because I don't know. Like Martinez is fighting for this move, right?
Yeah.
All the reports are, and we had it in the news this morning, that Martinez is basically he's almost down tools at Ajax, and he's like, "Get me this move to Manchester United." They're playing hardball with a fee, but he really wants to go. Now I don't know if he's fighting hard to be third choice centre back for United, which I kind of think he would be. If Eric Ten Hag just said Maguire's my captain, Maguire's starting. You're not having your captain on the bench, right?
No.
Rafael Varane is not going to be a substitute for Manchester United Football Club.
No.
He's not, right? And he shouldn't be. He's probably our most naturally gifted defender. And okay, he's had his injury issues, but presumably he'll play more games, and when he is fit, he'll be picked. So is Martinez fighting because he's desperate to come as a reserve, or is he fighting because he knows when he gets here he'll have a role to play, and that role could be in front of the defence? And that sort of negates the big argument that I hear with Martinez as well about this height thing that everyone brings up, because if you're in front of the defence, it doesn't matter if you're a little bit short.
No.
Thoughts? Discuss.
You all know I don't want Maguire to be captain.
I think that's safe
I
to
don't
say.
even want him to be in an offence half the time.
Okay.
But I can't knock this decision by Ten Hag because he's in a tricky position. First of all, there isn't one option outside of Maguire that jumps out and goes, I should be captain. No. Bruno, not for me. It gets too emotional. Ronaldo, possibly, but look what's going on.
But not now.
Not now. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
De Gea, okay, cool. I'd rather him be captain than Maguire. But should you keep it be captain? I don't know. Also, has he got the personality of
He's
a
not
captain?
that guy,
I don't
is
know.
he?
Yeah. So you're looking around and you're sitting there thinking, there isn't one person that should really be captain. If Marcus Rashford had a good season last season and, he was flying as he... Maybe.
Yeah.
But there isn't one that stands out to me and screams, I should be captain. So then you think, what has he got to gain? What happened? Okay, what are the benefits of dropping him as captain?
Yeah.
Maybe some people in the dressing room are happy. But ultimately, keeping him as captain has more benefits than dropping him. One, we haven't got many centre backs. We might sign one, but even then, the ones we have are Varane injured a lot, Bailly injured a lot. So if you if you take the captaincy of Maguire and Maguire's head goes, you've then messed him up as a player. He's lost the captaincy, cool, but there's not really anything to gain. You could end up in a position where almost give him the rope. You know what I mean? Let him prove himself or wrong, or let him prove Ten Hag wrong or right. Like, give him the opportunity to do that. Because I think if he continues playing as he is, he's not even going to be starting for United, and Ten Hag will make that decision naturally.
Yeah, and if it gets to the point where he's not good enough to be at the club and they sell him, then the armband's gone anyway. Yeah. So you might, like you said, you might as well not completely destroy him. And it could go the other way, but again, who are you going to give the armband to? Ronaldo, I thought, was the most obvious choice, but he can't be Man United captain after this.
I'm just saying, Zidane Iqbal looked very good in training today.
Well, tell us about that then. Who looked good in training? What was training like?
Give an armband out. Just saying.
Was he looking good?
Give it to a teenager who's played once for United.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Why
Correct.
not?
He deserves
bold decisions.
it for what he's
bold
done.
Age is
times
just a
need
number.
bold decisions.
So his appearances
would have done
and
that.
quality.
Yeah.
What's the saying?
You're saying Zidane Iqbal
You're
is
not
the
old.
future
You're not,
captain.
you what?
Don't do an Andy Tate on me. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Or as Andy said, if you're young enough, you're good enough.
Which is the saying of some very bad people. Right. I would like to talk about football training.
But yeah, Zidane Iqbal was very good
Go
today.
on, give us a lowdown on the training
when
session.
I heard well done's, there was more to Zidane than anyone else.
That's good.
Well done, Z. I heard that a lot.
So who was taking the training? Was Phelan involved? Was Fletcher
was
involved?
Phelan's
on his way out,
not here.
On
Right.
his way out, apparently.
Phelan's not here. He's not in Bangkok.
Just talk of him leaving. I don't know what the update is.
Or he
on
is,
that.
and he's just not with the team. He's just having a good
He's
time.
out,
He's
yeah.
out and about.
Good luck.
There was Fletcher was involved in training a lot. Ten Hag was very involved, standing there,
Love that.
watching intently. We put some pictures on our Instagram story if you want at Full Time Devils. He was proper involved. He watches Steve McLaren. You could hear him. I reckon if you were in row Z of the stands, you'd hear him barking orders out.
Really?
There was also a lot of laughs, a lot of moments where everyone's laughing and that. So it's pre-season, everyone's going to be fun and that. But training was good. Some good link-up play. I thought Sancho looked okay at times as well. But it's just training, in it, and it's an open training session, so you're only going to see it so much. You're not going to get to see loads, are you?
I think what you see from the players is all, don't really matter. But it's interesting that you say about McLaren. Was he more vocal than Van der Gaag from what you saw?
He was maybe because I know his voice. So when I hear it, I'm like, that's Steve McLaren's voice.
Yeah.
But he was like, go on, this, that, want, fucking get on it. But yeah, I enjoyed watching the training. Seen some good football, some good patterns, but it's expected in training. What I found very interesting was Zidane and Charlie Savage were both heavily involved with the first team group.
Right.
And there was a second period where all the kids were together and just Eric Bailly and Donny van der Beek were with him. And Savage and Zidane weren't there. But I found that a bit, does that mean something? Does it not? Am I just assuming? Is it because they're all at the same stage fitness? Because that's what you got to think as well. Maguire was training on his own. So it could be where you were at in your fitness.
Yeah.
So maybe I was reading too much into it because he loves Donny, don't he? Donny ain't going nowhere. But then it's easy to put Donny over there and he's not going to complain because he's Ten Hag's loyal soldier in it. But I found that interesting. But yeah, Maguire trained on his own. Anthony Martial, I'm just saying.
Here we go.
He's back.
Well,
do you feel like, though, on this?
We met him yesterday,
We
didn't we?
didn't we? You was chatting to him in the lift. It was
He was chatting to everyone. He was really
what,
nice.
What actually happened? So sorry, go on.
No, go on. Finish his
So we got
story.
in the lift, and Anthony Martial has just stood there with a plate of fruit, and there's no lift numbers done. So he's lost it because he should have pressed the lift floor. Do you know when you press the button and it glows? There's just none left. So he's just working in this lift now. He lost it.
Basically, what has been happening in this
didn't know what he was
hotel
doing
is
in that lift.
United fans have been staying in the lift, just
Yeah.
waiting for players to come in. And there was 2 United fans in there,
Not us.
ratting his head off. You
And
could
then us.
tell. And they had they even had a Marshall shirt and everything,
Yeah.
which was quite sick. I thought, the chances of that happening.
That's meant.
It was good to see. And then we jump in. There's an elder American lady in there.
He was quizzing him.
And then she was asking him about chocolate and that. And because the lift
This is
stopped
true.
so many times,
is
we had
true.
like a 2-minute conversation with him,
Yeah.
minute conversation. And we asked him how he's doing. He was very smiley. He was very happy. I asked him if he's staying. He said, what was the word he said? Was it maybe?
Wait and see or something.
Wait and see, yeah,
no,
yeah.
not wait and see. Because it wasn't that cryptic.
No.
He was like, maybe, or I think so, or something
think
like
so.
that.
He was indicating like you'd assume so, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That was the impression I got.
But I also told him it's time to start banging it.
Yeah.
Do you feel though with Eric Ten Hag, there's an element of, like with Martial, like even with Maguire with the captaincy, with De Gea in goal, he's not just going, right, move him on or change this. I can work with this. I can make
Martial has
this.
a talent though.
I'm not saying he's not. I can make this work. Do you know what I mean? Because it does feel like, okay, he's insinuating we might get one offensive signing or whatever, but he's still got to get a tune out the likes of Rashford, who didn't have a good season last season. Martial's not a good
sharp.
season. Even
Rashford.
Sancho
Looking
didn't,
wedge as well.
didn't have a good season last season, really. Sancho.
I hope not.
Elanga didn't. So
Yeah.
he's got to get a tune out of someone. That's harsh on Elanga, but Elanga didn't score a lot of goals, is what I'm getting at. Towards the end, especially, but he's got to get a tune out of these players.
Pre-season can mean a lot, though.
I think we see Rashford.
What you see in pre-season. I was going to say,
100.
do you know last pre-season we went to? Do you remember we went and Rashford scored in I think every game but one that pre-season, or every game but two. Whatever, he scored in multiple games and looked really sharp. And he scored against Leeds and then he scored against Melbourne and back to back to back. And then he went. That was his first ever 20+ goal season, I think. After that, so obviously sometimes you get more of a Pereira situation where people are banging in great goals and it doesn't lead to anything, but. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow night who's looking sharp, who's getting in the goals, the space.
Also,
that,
it's the
all that sort
first
of
summer
stuff.
in a while. I think this says a lot about where our squad's at the moment and how much signings we need. But it's the first summer in a while where almost everyone's been on the pre-season tour. Because they are, innit?
Yeah,
Do you remember the one with
Just only Ronaldo missing.
The one with Jose where it was Alexis Sanchez and just all the reserves.
yeah.
And
And I was like,
There's
Oh,
not
yeah.
many. There's not many
Jose
young
went
kids
mad.
this time, is there?
No,
There's
no.
There are.
Is there? I thought there was only like a handful, whereas sometimes
Saw
it's like
Jimmy
15.
Garner today, I did.
Yeah.
Lift as well. Jimmy Garner, Hannibal Mejbri. You got Zidane, Charlie Savage. You got the Terrell Molasses is relatively young. There's about I'd say about 10 of the squad are all 10,
But
15.
I mean, some years though, it's like
everyone.
most of the squad is
Yeah,
academy
yeah.
players or
No,
thereabouts.
it's a strong squad for
Yeah.
pre-season.
No, strong in comparison to our full strength.
Yeah.
But it's not a strong squad.
No.
It's not a strong squad.
We've taken a lot of big players, obviously not Ronnie, but all your big hitters other than him are here. Really, so it's
Fans
not
are
loads
gutted
of
over
people.
here, Ronnie's not here.
I can
We're
understand
gonna do a
that,
video
though.
on that. We'll speak to some people
It
tomorrow.
is a shame because, like, you've seen the fans over here, how passionate they are. Obviously, Ronaldo is a massive draw. I said to you the other day, take my kids to Old Trafford, took them to a few games. They're only young. They all know who Ronaldo is. They all buzz when they see Ronaldo. It's a big thing about Ronaldo. It's still a massive thing for a lot of people. So when you think you got the chance to see him once in a lifetime, probably opportunity for some of the fans out here, and he's not here, I feel for him, man. It's frustrating. I feel for him.
Me too. Adam, you got Bush?
Bush.
Yeah.
Because you might do if you haven't used today's
No, I'm
sponsor,
Manscaped up, I am.
You are? Did you do it before you came out?
People, do you do your armpits?
No.
Do you?
Do you?
No.
See, I do.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. People always get confused at that.
That is confusing
Had this
because
conversation
you're quite a hirsute man,
Yeah, I'm a very hairy fella.
and yet you've got no armpit hair.
Yeah.
Well,
Clean, innit?
Anyway, Manscaped are so good,
dad
you're
always
going to be
told me-
showing pride in your new bush-free yard. It's a fact
Right.
that you will have
Facts.
your nutsack in the best condition it's ever been in with Manscaped using code DEVILS20. That's
Yep.
20% off and free shipping with code DEVILS20. Now, Jay,
Yeah.
you've had some ways to trim your pubes in the past, don't you?
Stanley knives.
Do you remember that time?
Fire.
Do you remember that time you tied a little bit of fishing wire around it all? Tied that round the top of a tree and then just jump backwards.
All the other fishermen on the canal. Fire, yeah. I tried burning them off
Yeah,
once.
he did, yeah.
Fire, Stanley
he-
knives. That fishing thing.
That fishing
all
thing.
the fishermen on the canal were like, what is this guy
Yeah.
doing?
He just doused his whole
you know
genitals
what I
in
mean?
kerosene and lit them on fire.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. He put a little oven mitt over his nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it just woof.
3 days I was in A&E. Horrible.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah, so this is the first time
Yeah.
I've been 100% completely happy
Yeah.
with my grooming technique, and that's thanks to Manscaped's trademarks.
Can I recommend something to you, Jay?
Please do.
The Performance Package 4.0. What do you get in that? That's what you're asking, isn't it? That's what your
That's
eyes
what I
your
was
eyes seem
thinking.
to be
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
Well, you
Mate.
get the Lawnmower
Listen.
4.0. Now, this is the jewel in the crown of the Manscaped bundle. This is your standard trim your hair using the Lawnmower 4.0. You've used it, Jay.
I could never go back to 3.0 or 2.0 now.
Let alone any other brand.
That's ridiculous.
Imagine.
4.0 is elite.
Yeah.
That is where it's at. And it's not just that as well. You get the crop preserver.
Yeah, you get the
You
crop
what
preserver.
preserver?
The crop preserver.
Oh.
You need
Preserves
that.
more than just your crops. mate.
Hey, bust me on that one. And you get the toner.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
boxer briefs with anti-chafing.
How is your
technology.
chafing? She all right?
She's on tablets.
Yeah. She struggles.
Yeah.
She struggles.
We've got hope though.
I can't remember her real name anymore.
Neither can I. And neither can she. That's the problem.
But here's the other thing. If you
Yeah.
get the performance package, you
Yeah.
get 2 free gifts. You get the
2?
travel bag, and like you said, you get the anti-chafing boxers as well. Manscaped, honestly, they sort us out. They are fantastic. I wouldn't be here right now if it went for Manscaped because I'd be sweating in a pile somewhere. It cools you down.
I had to do it, so you're going to do it.
Kate Bush may be trending at the moment, but your bush needs some help. I just said it, Jay. It's easy. So make sure you use the code DEVILS20 at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. DEVILS20 for 20% off and free shipping. Your balls will thank you, and so will anyone that goes near them.
Thanks to
They'll say,
Manscaped.
Thank you so
Barbara
much.
Bush, in my country, Barbara means to eat.
Thank you.
Remember that?
Delicious.
Yes. Bit of
Remember
Borat. Yeah. Borat.
Bit of Borat, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I have a mankini at home, Borat one.
Do you?
Do
Came
you?
with the DVD, yeah.
Why don't you bring it with you?
I did.
You got it with you? Oh.
It's for tonight.
Test that bad boy out later.
Yeah. Do you know what I use instead of that? Do you remember those little things that you used to turn upside down and put them on the table and they'd pop up?
What?
A little rubber cap, and you turn it upside down and put it down on the table and wait, and then all of a sudden it flips back inside out
Your
and flies up
childhood
in the
was
air.
amazing, wasn't it?
Do you not remember that?
Vaguely, yeah. Like, what were they called?
Flippers.
Pogs.
Pogs.
They're not pogs. They ain't pogs, you fucking liar.
No.
I know what pogs are.
They're them little cuppy things. What are they
Liar,
called? Them
you
little
know.
cuppy things. You know what I mean, don't you?
I know what you mean, yeah.
I just used one of them as a bikini. So I turn it inside out, pop it on, and then at some point in the day, pops off. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. You
Who's
don't
gonna
know.
get lucky?
Who's
No
going to
one
get
knows.
it? That's my question. Right.
It's a very valid
Tell
question.
Tell you what, Lissandro Martinez is Ajax are having a laugh at the minute. Have you heard the latest on this?
Is this like they won 100 million or
So
something
Mike
stupid?
Verwij has been like basically tier 1, up to date with everything Dutch.
He's the David Ornstein of Holland.
Yeah, exactly. He's been reporting for ages that they want 50 million euros, 50 million, 50 million, 50 million, 50 million. United went in 45 plus 5 and they went, no chance. And then now he's coming out this morning saying they're now asking for 60 million. Now, either he's getting his information wrong or Ajax are taking the absolute piss with this, aren't they?
Ajax must think, though, fucking leave us alone, will ya?
I get
Take
that.
our manager. You want to take... You treated Donny van der Beek like shit after they wrote some letter to us.
Is that a reason for them to be
They
annoyed
must
though,
think,
really?
just leave us alone, you pricks, at the moment.
I just feel
Every
like
time we call, they must be like, fuck.
that's what they do to Ajax. They sell all the
What
players.
do they want now?
And like, all right, this kid Martinez, he's decent, but 60 million euros is a lot.
It is a lot.
Do you know what I mean? Especially if you've already been coming off with 50 million.
That's how you know they're like, you don't want to sell something.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to do something, and you're
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll do it for this. And then they say, all right, here you go. And you're like, oh,
I mean, no.
well, actually.
More than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean 60 million euros is a lot? You can get a whole Fred for that. So
I love how they went
it is a
50
lot.
million, and United went, here's 45 plus 5. And they must have thought, oh, shit.
Shit, that
They agreed to that
They're going
too
to do that.
easy.
They're going to do that. Yeah.
We could have
Did
asked
we
for
say
more.
50? No.
you know,
That was a
normally-
typo.
Have you-
We meant 60.
Yeah. Have you ever done that on eBay when it's like new, buy now or best offer?
Some woman, yeah, on
And you
Etsy.
oh God, here we go.
Listen to
So let's
this.
open a can of worms. hasn't
So I collect basketball jerseys, as you know.
it?
Old ones, new ones, vintage ones, the proper ones though. I don't want no remake by Mitchell and Ness that came out in 2021, even though it's a jersey from '98. Like, what the hell's all that about?
Interesting.
So I bought proper one,
Yeah.
proper vintage champion jerseys. Found a Scottie Pippen one. Yeah, on Etsy. The woman had it listed for a mad price, and I was like, it seems too good to be true, but it's got all the hallmarks of it being legit. The jersey does, so I'm gonna buy it. So I order this now. Cheeky sod, like quadrupled the price.
Oh.
And I was like, hold up a minute. You can't ask me for that much when it was stated that much. And I imagine, because she listed it for so cheap, her husband's gone, the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing here?
Are you
It's
for real?
fucking- Yeah. So she's tried a fast one. They ended up in an argument with him anyway. Not verbally.
Mentally.
Physically.
Yeah.
She,
Yeah.
she,
Then it
she,
all-
went, she went, no, I'm getting the...
Yeah.
So I was
no
emailing her.
talk. We're
I
fighting.
was emailing her for a bit.
Yes.
But anyway, she lived up to the price in the end. But how cheeky is that?
That is cheeky.
People do
and
that,
you
they
feel
don't
that's
they?
what Ajax are doing?
Yeah.
The old Etsy.
The old
we're gonna
Scotty
get it
The old
Pippen
Scotty
Etsy
Pippi
trick.
Etsy trick.
Should I tell us all this time?
Hey, Do you know what I mean? Like United won't notice.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec.
Thanks for sending that 60 million. What? What 60 million? 60 million that you said you were going to give us. You said 50. I don't think you
I
did.
reckon United as well. Do you know how, like, when you do a direct debit and you just give them their details and they take it out?
Yeah.
I think that's how United do transfers. Like, we'll give you our details. Just promise you'll take out what we agree.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Yeah.
Harry Maguire for 50 million. Yeah, sure, yeah.
It's like the Office though, when he agrees to pay the college fees.
Oh,
What
they call Matt
and he goes,
no,
here's some checks.
Scott's.
Scott's tots.
Yeah,
Is it
Scott's.
But then at the end, the kid's in his car and he goes, listen, here's 3 checks for books. Promise me you won't cash
Promise me you won't cash.
United are doing that. Look, here's a 50 million. You can cash this one now.
Don't cash them
You
early
see these
though.
other two? Just promise me.
Add-ons. Promise
If you
me.
cash them
I'm
early, it
trusting
ain't
you
gonna
here.
work.
Just please.
Honestly, Ajax, please don't cash that check. We are. That's what Barcelona are doing at the minute. We'll buy him off you as long as you don't cash the check. We'll buy Lewandowski off you as long as you don't make us pay. Please, we'll give you
does
any.
sound
We'll give
like
you
that,
any
doesn't
money
it?
you want as long as you don't
Right.
actually take it off us.
They're buying Rafinha now for 75 million. Yeah, we've got 75 million. Not a problem. Just we'll give you instalments.
Yeah,
Like,
how many? £1 a day.
yeah. Don't cash that check.
It is
early.
night time in Bangkok, Joel. It's 10:54 here at the moment. You're probably thinking, what are these twats doing in Bangkok on a live stream? Get a life. Listen, we'll be getting a life straight after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to get in some of the chats in the comments there? Have you got
Yeah.
some there? I can
Let's
see 'em.
get some chats. So,
Why someone said, why are people still rating McTominay? Who rates McTominay?
I don't know.
We've done this.
Do you, yes or no? Do you? No. Do you, Joel?
It depends what you mean by
Oh,
rating.
fuck
What do you
off.
mean by rating?
You're actually
squad
this,
player.
This guy is right.
Squad player.
You've made this guy right.
You don't
I was
think
trying
he
to
could
prove
work
this
as a
guy
squad
wrong,
player?
and you've proved him right.
Do you not think he could work as a squad
Fucking
player?
pathetic.
Adam.
No,
No.
he's trash, bro.
What else is people saying? What are saying?
Sorry to use that word. He's not good enough.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Better.
Right. Come on.
Positive vibes only on this channel.
Hi Tam says, imagine the De Jong deal fails. Just as a your personal opinion thing, do you think we're gonna get Donny? You first, yeah.
Well, we've got Donny.
Donna.
Frankie.
Oh, Frankie.
Sorry.
I think we're gonna get fun time. Yeah.
Do you? What do you think?
I've always been pretty confident in this. My enthusiasm is waning slightly, but I still think we'll get him.
Yeah.
I'm not as confident as I was last week.
I think we'll get him, and I'm still pretty much as confident as I was. I'm
Right.
annoyed that it's dragging on, but if we don't get him, I will be genuinely shocked
Right.
because it feels like it's. I've seen very few deals get this close and then not happen. I've seen some,
Yeah.
but you're looking back as a sort of a handful over the last sort of 10 years, whereas generally a deal gets this close, it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Shouldn't we be in for Dillit? I know a few people. I'm responding to a lot of comments. There's been a few saying, should they be in for Dillit? Should United be in for Dillit?
No, it's too much.
It's 52 million or something, isn't he?
Is that what it is?
I
52
was hearing
million?
more like 70.
I
I
thought
say
it
I
was
was
big.
hearing, reading.
Yeah, I thought it was more than that. 52 million isn't
I would
that
like
bad.
him. And see, United really should be going. Eric, who you want? Here they are.
Yeah.
Job done. Job's jobbed.
I don't know. I think it's a lot. And I don't think he's been that good at Juventus that we can say with certainty he'd be good enough for United. And then it might be, well, he's better than what we've got, but we need better than just that. Do you know what I mean? We need better than City have got, not better than we've got. If we want to start winning stuff, we need to have a better team.
I
than
love
other
how
teams.
we're going. Well, Murtough and Arnold have been pictured in Barcelona, so the deal must be about to happen. When really they could have just left, having been told, "Yeah, fuck off, it's not for sale."
Yeah, John Murtough did leave head in hands. I don't know if anyone else saw that, but yeah, no, I don't think so. Rumours of Memphis for 15 to 20 million. Would you take him as a number 9?
No,
he's not
absolutely
good enough.
not. 100%.
He's
That
not
ship
good-
sailed. He was Everton have been linked with him, and as a
Oh,
replacement for Richarlison. And no disrespect, but that says it all.
I don't think at any point in his career he's been good enough. I think he's a decent player who's obviously got a decent finish on him, but
Yeah.
his movement and his touch and his build-up play, and none of that are good enough to play for Man United.
No.
As we know.
Haytham has said, "You guys better not flop this De Jong deal, mate."
We're in Barcelona right now.
Us three, I've got nothing to do with the deal. I promise you.
I wish we did though.
I know.
What would you offer first?
Frankie De Jong,
What would you have offered?
everything. Do whatever it takes.
Yeah, I just be like, all right, just get this done with.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I'm crap at negotiating.
Yeah.
You know, like when people barter.
Yeah.
People like my dad does that for days, bro. He'll walk off. He's good, you know. To be fair, But he'll walk off and that geezer will be sweating at the store like, all right, come back, I'll give you your price, whatever you want. Like, I can't do it. I'll go on, not, and then they'll go no, and I'll go, all right.
Yeah, same. Like they'll be like 250. Like, is it for £2?
It's like the lady phoned me like proper apologising about what happened.
Yeah.
And like she was like, oh, is there anything I can do for you? And in my head I'm thinking, go on, son, you can get something out of this.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it.
No, you can't.
Because it's not her fault.
No, I always think that. And like if someone's selling you something, you think, well, they're just trying to make money. Everyone's trying to make money. I feel bad.
But then I am a bastard.
Yeah.
Like I'm a miserable. Like remember when that geezer was standing by me on a plane? I'm just like, bro, you need to move the fuck out.
That
of
was
the way.
funny. That.
Yeah.
Literally last minute.
He had his
on the
cock
plane.
and balls on my fucking shoulder.
You
We'd
did
gone-
ask him to.
Bro, the plane just touched the ground and he's
We'd gone
standing
on
up,
flight
bro.
without any incidents. I was
I
quite
hate
proud of
them.
us.
Where are you going? We're both going to be stood next to each other in the queue in a minute. How about that, you silly prick? Where they going?
Don't know.
All I could do was this guy turned around, his arms like that. This guy, man, what's his rush?
Like, where are you going, bruv?
Thought, here we go. We almost got through this flight without any drivers.
It's like the other day, we landed in Edinburgh,
Yeah.
and this dude has ran from the back of the plane to the front of the plane. He stood in front. I'm thinking, what is wrong with you, bruv?
Sort of flex there. Adam was sat at the front of the plane.
It was easy, yeah.
Nah, that's
No
it.
first class option. You can just hear the driver going, fucking hell.
I only paid for that so I could have fucking cabin luggage.
Have you ever had that thing where you get this sort of extra space at the front of the rows,
Yeah.
but there's just a wall there?
And
So
then
you're trying
they
to
say
extend
to
your
you-
legs out, they just
Yeah,
hit the wall. It's
yeah.
worse.
And then they say to you at the start, yeah, but listen, if we're going down, this door's your priority.
Yeah,
Nah, I
just
don't
so you
want
know,
that. I don't want that responsibility.
Are you able to open this door if we've
Nah,
got?
no.
Sorry, I'm going to be either dead,
Screaming.
I'll be fully
hysterically.
dead. I'll be a paste in a seatbelt, or I'll be jumping out first and shutting the door behind me. So
I'll
Yeah,
just
I hear if you
panicking.
jump out, you die before you hit the ground. I'd rather be that guy.
yeah.
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 I'm not going to start thinking logically anyway about opening doors. I'm just going to start screaming and hysterically.
You'll just be
It's
headbutting your
like-
window
yeah.
to try and get through that.
Have you seen the vest they give you as well? What the fuck is this little light gonna do? And a little
that.
whistle.
Like, I'll whistle.
He won't do it.
Yeah.
'cause
Oh, here
of
you
the
go.
fascists.
Oh,
Save
there's
me.
A helicopter's here to save me now, thanks to me whistle.
To be
Sweet.
fair, I can't whistle, so I probably
And
need
if
it.
the helicopter driver's got tinnitus, he's not going to hear you anyway. Whistling that. Game over. That's a good joke, that. Thank you.
Yeah. Right, get into these super chats
I
before
have
we go
done.
to Wally
What
League.
film is it where they survive a plane crash?
About 1,000
No,
films.
there's one.
Sully.
Is it Wolf of not Wolf of Wall?
Wolf of Wall Street.
What's the one? What's
Wolf of Wall Street. The
Castaway.
survivor plane
Lost?
No, they crash into snow.
crash. Alive.
I can't do this because Jay, there's literally hundreds of films.
No,
of
we can
plane
do
crashes.
Is it Stranger Things?
Paddington 2.
No. Stranger Things?
Yeah.
No.
It
The
might not be a
Terminator.
film.
Oh god, it might not be a film. It might have just been a
Alien
thought
versus
Adam had
Predator.
in 1998.
Was it Rambo?
The
I
Mask.
think Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol.
Right, we can't do
Is
that.
it that one?
no.
Right.
It was Land Before Time.
No.
It was Land Before Time.
Ah, yeah, I've seen that one. That's my favourite.
Don't step on the cracks so you fall and break your backs.
Have you done all the super chats?
No,
there, by the way?
Matthew
Right,
Freeze
there you go.
says, by the way, you guys hold your mics. We can tell you in Bangkok. Interesting that. Just from our holding
Our
it.
secret is out. Go on.
It's, Patrick Cassidy says,
hold it like that? Where am I
Hancock. Patrick Cassidy says, bring us home some sweets in 80
Ain't that your
Lambert on the
surname?
duty free boys. Up the paddock, I will do. I will do, mate. And Stockton Fiero says, Joe Hart was more of a captain than Harry Maguire, yet Pep got rid.
Joe Hart
Nobody
was absolute
expected Pep
passion
to slag off
merchant.
Joe Hart in his first pre-season interview. That's a good point, and you might be right, but also he didn't get rid of Joe Hart because he was captain. He got rid of him because
Joe
he
Hart
was
wasn't
You know what?
captain.
I got to
goalkeeper.
pull up
Vincent
here.
Kompany was captain.
You know Gary Neville?
Well,
yeah?
that's the end of that.
You know Gary Neville, don't you?
Gary Neville.
Yeah, you
To
know,
be fair, I think he said more of a captain.
Your
he's
mate.
trying to be a prime minister at the moment.
Yeah.
Fucking Gary Neville said it was bullying on Twitter that people weren't happy with the decision about. People are allowed to be unhappy that he's our captain, bro. People are allowed to be unhappy that Maguire, the mug, scored a goal for England against fucking Macedonia women or something like that and copped his ears. And that was at United fans. You can't tell me that weren't at United fans.
I think,
Who else was it at?
I think
Well,
Chudi,
just
Chudi made the point to
general
him on Twitter, like,
social.
Gary Neville's, been harsh on certain players on social media and on camera as well.
Oh yeah,
Which is worse than, or just as bad, whatever, as some of the stuff Maguire gets. So I think you got to keep
he might be
your
the
own side of the
perfect
street
candidate
clean.
for prime minister. Actually, being a big hypocrite.
Sounds it, doesn't it?
Let's have you on the overlap.
On that front, who's your Wally of the week?
That guy stood next to you on the plane.
Yeah, he's a fucking muppet, mate. Absolute muppet. Anyone who claps as well for planes. No one did that, to be fair, but who claps?
What's worse?
I'd understand if the wind was mad and all
terrible
that.
turbulence.
Yeah.
What's worse, clapping for a plane or the attendance at a football match? That always burns my head out. You know when you got the announcer.
Attendance I can understand because it's like,
because you're part of that.
yeah, and it's like, you know,
You're
it's
clapping
crowd
yourself.
thing.
Hey.
I'm here.
Yeah, well done. The attendance today is 76,000, and we're like,
That's my number. That's my favourite number.
I always think if I never came, it would have been.
I always say you don't get that at the Etihad.
That's nice. Everyone sat around you.
Well, with 3-0 down against Burnley,
I've said that-
you don't get that at the Etihad either.
Losing every week. A host of 1-1 draws. at home.
Also, you know who's one of the
Chauffeurless
week?
seasons.
Erling fucking Haaland, the muppet.
No,
Yeah. Who? Fuck off.
he knows his audience.
Liar.
Do you know why?
Talk about Manchester United. That's what you do when you're at City.
Yeah.
No, that
He's spot on.
I don't think he's one
I
of
hear
the
people like that.
for talking about United.
I don't even like saying their name.
The thing that annoys me is him
Your
saying
agent
that
did.
Aguero was like his idol, or that he's who he wants to.
And then there's a
emulate.
video of him
You
saying
never watched
Zlatan and
Aguero?
Ronaldo are.
Rubbish.
No, but did you see that old video? Yeah, that's what I mean. He's just chatting
You were
rubbish.
about to. I'm just saying.
I was got distracted by that question. What's that super chat question to Adam?
Well, we need to finish one of the week first, and we'll
Go
come
on.
back to it. Who's
All
yours, Jay?
Do you know what? Do you know what my Wally of the week is, right? I don't want to get political, yeah.
Oh God.
But it's all these idiots who think now Boris Johnson's gone, we're going to be in some sort of utopia.
This is why I told you.
Like-
Remember when I told you
Like-
the best thing to do is
Yeah.
Boris Johnson stays
Yeah.
in power
I-
to the next election because he will run them into the ground
Yeah.
so bad.
I don't like Boris Johnson, obviously, but like you've already got all these Tories coming out now saying there's going to be more cuts, more austerity, and it's like
How much
We're doomed.
austerity can we take, man?
seriously decimating
I mean,
communities.
We're in a fortunate position.
Yeah.
Kind of recession-proof jobs that we have in it, even COVID-proof.
Yeah.
Some people aren't as fortunate as that.
No.
Like austerity, like back in the day, would have fucked me and my mum and that. We
Yeah.
used to get milk tokens and shit, bro.
Sure, start sentence and all that, just get
The amount
closed
of
down.
stuff that's gone, like
Like-
youth clubs and
I just get
social
dinner
mental health
tickets, milk
issues,
care
tokens.
generally. is
Yeah.
through the
All
floor.
that stuff used to happen
Yeah.
so much, man.
Yeah.
You know, Marcus had to have a word with him, didn't he, to sort it out. Disgusting.
We used to. Do you remember when you used to tick things at the shop?
On tech,
I remember that.
I was doing that when I was 27.
Not from your dealer.
No, from the shop.
I went about from the shop.
Yeah, we used to do it with a chippy around the corner.
Yeah. Mum, put
Pay
it on my
later.
mum's tab.
Yeah.
Put it on my mum's tab. That's why I used to go in.
I never
there.
had a tab.
When my mum went about
Did your mum kill you when she found
coke and
that?
sweets and that.
She goes in and like
walking
her
in
bill's
with that
her bill's 400 quid. And she's like, what?
And my nan used to give me a note, and I'd go to the shop and get her cigarettes, 20 B&H Gold. She used to send me to the bookies to put her Grand National bets on. Like,
A grand.
them things don't happen now.
No,
Got that, innit?
those were the days. Eh?
Me now.
Who's your Wally of the week?
I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Because I can't think of one and that.
Say that guy on the plane because I changed mine.
Oh, it's...
Yeah, I'll probably have that guy on the plane then.
Is it though?
No. Do you know what, Jay? I'm
What?
gonna just be honest.
Come on.
I've had a great week, and I don't think I've been annoyed all week. Is that
How
possible?
good was dinner
Is that
yesterday?
possible
No.
for once?
No, it's not.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
I've just had a good week and nothing's wound me up.
How good was dinner yesterday?
Dinner was lovely. And like
Yeah, dinner was nice. That
Yeah.
was nice. Do you know what I
we
mean?
should
You're
probably
right.
we should probably describe it to people because they weren't there like
Cheeky
we were.
little Wagyu steak.
You
Yeah.
did Wagyu steak, didn't you?
What did you have?
I had a pork cheek. I'm trying to have as much like local cuisine as I can. We went out for
I had
lunch today.
Steak strips.
Some of the spiciest broth I've ever eaten. Pardon me.
What?
What was that?
What?
Oh, bit of a
Private brown joke
bit of
over
a
here.
coward. Won't say it to myself. Won't say it to my face.
To my son.
Private brown
Say it to my
joke.
soulmate.
It's all like some sort of army cadet.
Bit of a coward won't say it to my son.
Yeah. Hey, you insult him to his face. You insult this child to his face. You can take it. Right, is that going to be all from us?
Have you got any super chats there?
Yeah, of course, I'll read
Go on
them. Sam says Adam was the film The Grey. Liam Neeson chins a wolf with a mini whiskey bottles taped
No,
to his
it's not
hands
that.
after a plane crash.
It's not that.
Whiskey bottles taped to his hands. Isn't that something that Alex Bagley used to do in college?
then. What?
Called like Edward
No, it
40
was his
hands or
cock
something.
Stuck to his
Right,
hand.
that's going to be all from
And that
us.
was because it was so sticky,
listen,
full of
enough,
what?
please. Thanks for all your support as always, and we appreciate it. And this is one of the reasons we're sat here now in Thailand, and we're going to bring you loads more content. We're going to be at the game tomorrow. We're going to be chatting to fans here in Thailand as well, of course. We're going to have. You've got a video coming out, yeah, where you're going on about the training
What, on
session.
YouTube.com/Adam McCullough? Or on Shut the Paddock?
Plug away if you got
Oh, there we go.
both, hopefully. Yes. Also on this channel,
We got a video at the training. Sorry, I'll
Go
explain
on.
it for the kids at home.
Yes.
We're at training. We got some clips of training coming up. We got me talking about it and all that. Then tomorrow, we have got press access, but I'm not. I'm going to sit with the fans.
Why break the habit for a long time?
I want to sit with the people. I want to know how it feels like to be sat in with Manchester United fans.
I'm not knocking
from
that
Thailand.
at all. That's what we're about
Do you know
at the
what I
end
mean?
of the day.
Like,
Yeah.
feel the atmosphere.
We will also have the
energy.
watch along from the studio as well. We've got Alex, we've got Joe McGrath, and we've got, I believe, Abdul on that as well, isn't
I
he?
think so, yeah, and there's a preview out for the game tomorrow as well. So, and we'll have all the post-match reaction. We'll have all that. And don't forget as well, we're going to be on this tour all the way. We're going to be here. We're going to be in Holland. No, we're not. We're going to be in Australia. We're going to be in Norway. So make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well.
You're going to be in Norway.
Yeah,
living it up.
This is what I do for this channel, man. I take one for the team and go to Norway and go to Australia and go to Thailand, man. It's a tough gig, but
It must be so hard.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's what she said.
It must be.
On that note,
It must be.
that's been
Oh,
Joe
he's not going near
Smith.
me.
You know where to find him. Joe Smith 93.
That's good. Dan.
You know where to find Adam McCullough and Adam
Yeah, you
McCullough
can find
TV.
us on Cowsam Road having a party.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching.